Alright, today we're going to talk about this 2004 Blaster. I took this in on trade from a guy, and this thing is a complete mess. Got a pretty nice exhaust coupler there, some duct tape, hose clamp, tin foil, a little bit of baling wire, and then that usually is real good for them. Anyways, needless to say, this thing needs some serious attention. But before I started doing anything to it, I wanted to see if I could get it to run. The guy said he had been riding it a little bit. He hadn't had it very long, and all of a sudden it just quit running. So of course we always check for fuel and spark, you know. Of course, check for fuel, had fuel. The plug, it had spark, but the spark was pretty intermittent and all this kind of thing. Couldn't get it to run. This is a 2004 model. I believe they changed a few things in 2003 to 2006 when they quit making them. Mostly regarding the TORS system is what I'm going to be talking about. Throttle override system. What it is it hooks for your throttle up here. Goes in right here. There's another part of it that's on your brake right here. And there's another switch on this big old carburetor block that's on top of your Mikuni carburetor. Or Mikuni, yeah, that is a Mikuni. Okay. Anyways, what it does is when you have your parking brake set, it keeps you from over revving the throttle, so it won't let it go much above an idle. Another thing is this one, and is so that if the throttle gets hung wide open, it'll kill it or cut the spark out. I was looking around doing a lot of studying. I found a lot of different takes on this. Most of them were for the older machines that had two separate boxes. This has one CDI box right here, or ECU box. It also controls the TORS system. The old ones, pre-2003, had two separate boxes from what I understand. This one only has one. Anyways, when I got this, it had fire, but it was pretty weak and intermittent and just didn't seem right. Couldn't get it to run. Did a bunch of looking on the TORS overrides. On these models, there was some, but not a lot. And the ones I did see were differed quite a bit from person to person. Anyways, so I took the simplest route because I didn't want to cut anything or undo anything or ground out my stator wires or the CDR wires or anything. So this is one I found on a forum. So this is what I done. You have the three switches like I talked about for the TORS system. Alright, so you have one coming from your brake. That one just gets unplugged. Just unplug that brake switch wire. The other one, which is coming from your throttle control, up here you can just follow it down, is a yellow and black wire and a black wire plug. It's a gray plug. Make a jumper wire and put it in there. This one's obviously temporary, but a lot of people cut off the other side of the plug, which would be this one, and then just wire these two together. I opted not to do that, and I probably won't do that either way. I'll just get me the correct pins and just make me the correct jumper and seal it all up. And then down here, you have the same thing on your carburetor. One coming from your carburetor, and then the other side goes on back to your CDI box. Alright, so I did the same thing on this side. And you're wanting to do the side of the plug that goes to the computer. So you have your plug plugs together. One side goes to the carburetor, the other side goes up through the frame. You want to jump the side that goes up through the frame. If you jump the side of the carburetor, nothing will happen. So anyhows, I put in those two jumper wires, and lo and behold, she cracked right off. Sounds pretty good for not having a silencer connected and all that stuff. Anyways, so I don't know a lot about them. I know before that it would not work. Just had some crazy intermittent fire. Was goofing with it quite a bit. Of course, had the carburetor off it. It was spotless. Imagine that. I don't get it. But anyways, that's what made this thing run. Read a lot of different things, but that seemed to work for me. I'll make that more permanent. And then I'm just going to leave the other plugs there. I'll seal everything up so they don't get filled with mud. But this thing's coming all the way apart anyway. It's pretty rugged, completely covered with brake fluid, which is not good. And it's got all kinds of things that need fixed, but we want to make sure that they run first. So anyways, that's my experience with the TORS system on a 2004 Yamaha Blaster. Have a good day.